to the Can-Am Garage, guys. Yesterday I had the opportunity to visit the, shall we say, gift shop. I call it a hobby shop. They call it a gift shop at the Atlantic Canada Aviation Museum, which is located just off Highway 102 across from the airport. So if you're headed to Halifax from, let's say from as far away as New Brunswick or Quebec or whatever, it's on the side as you're headed into Halifax. If you're coming from Halifax, it's on the opposite side of the highway. Regardless, lots of goodies were had yesterday, and I guarantee you, you can't miss it. There is a CF 101 Voodoo in 416 Squadron Lynx in the Lynx retirement scheme. So it's kind of striking. Big white twin engine jet. Most impressive. Most impressive. I actually got to meet Dave McMahon, who runs the place, and yeah, had a nice time talking with him. As for goodies, 4 bottles of Tamiya lacquer, black, silver, flat aluminum, and dark iron. Also, 4 sanding sticks, different grit on each side, 2 bottles of AK Extreme Metal that I've been wanting to try for years. They had it. I said, it's time to try it. So we got 477 chrome and 479 aluminum. I know I'm going to be unpopular with this, but I do like my Rebel Contactor Professional liquid cement simply because, and I'll use the one that I have opened and going. I'm doing it one-handed. That's why it's kind of hard to not get it where you want it when you have such a fine tube. Very nice. Love the stuff, actually. It's almost as, I mean, and it's not the only glue I have. Sure, I have the Tamiya Extra Thin. And sure, I have Mr. Hobby Cement, Mr. Cement SPB, and you notice it's black, so it works wonders against any kit molded in white styrene. Beautiful. You can see where you've got your joint. Wonderful stuff. Going back to the purchases from yesterday, yeah, even though nobody can get it new, I mean, if they don't have it in stock, they don't have it in stock, but they had it in stock. And I think there's another 2 or 3 cans of this. The pink, intended for reds. Superb. One of these days, I'm sure I'll need it. When I need it, I got it. And then, at the recommendation of Mr. Lucas C., some of the Mr. Hobby Gloss Premium Top Coat, which is an acrylic clear. Also, both of those will wait till I have a project that I need to try them on. And another thing from the local dollar store is some cosmetic. They call them wedges. I call them sponges because you can squeeze the daylights out of them. Surprisingly, my cat does not approve of them, but they'll be used to help me mask already painted areas. And you'll pardon me as we swivel around here in the workshop. They'll be cut to shape and used to mask like the landing gear bays, the intakes, and the cockpit here on, and the exhaust while we're at it, here on my big Blackburn Buccaneer. And that about concludes that. I mean, if you're ever in the area, you're headed to Halifax or in Nova Scotia for the for your summer holidays, it's definitely worth going through the ACAM's museum, because after some discussion with Dave, he said, come on, I'll go show you something in the museum. Because I've always heard that the F-104 Starfighter, or in our case, the CF-104 Starfighter, had very sharp leading edges on the wings, and yeah, they have one in in the museum, and Dave was kind enough to let me touch it and see just how sharp the leading edge is on the wing of a Starfighter, and I can believe that in actual service that it was sharper than it is now, but as is now, yeah, I would not want to run into that. Still, good day. They've got lots of stuff in the museum, lots and lots of models, built models on display of airliners, of military aircraft. Wow, it's well worth it. They operate on a donation, and the ACAM gift shop works on the fact that they're a non-profit. All profit that the gift shop makes goes back into the museum, so it's definitely worthwhile if you ask me. And where else, in today's world, are you going to be able to walk up to a Voodoo and pat the side of the aircraft? Did I do that yesterday? No. But can you? Yes, because it's sitting out there on the grass right off the 102, so you see the left-hand side of the aircraft facing toward Halifax as you drive by. The other side of the aircraft is facing the parking lots, and it's well worth it. I mean, I've toured the museum previously, before meeting, like 2 years ago when I first moved here, or maybe it was just last year. I'd have to check my records, but I do have extensive photographs of just about everything in the museum, including some very interesting Canadian variants of aircraft that I didn't necessarily know we used. And of course, they have a partial fuselage of the Argus, which was Canada's sub-hunter built on a British airliner platform, and it's nearly legendary in the Canadian military, or at least was. It has since been replaced by the CP-140 Aurora, or the Lockheed P-3 Orion, which is what the Americans call it, and which is now being replaced by the P-8 Poseidon. So we've changed from radial engines to turboprops, and now moving to an actual jet engine aircraft for the job. Fun. If you want kits, they do have some car kits. Not a huge amount, but more than they've used to. It's more than what they had yesterday, more than what I've seen there previously. Nothing old, but most everything current, they've got it. Trucks are way up in the rafters. And then there's the aircraft, because of course it is an aircraft museum, and they have, pardon me, I'll use a little bit of French here, they have aircraft en masse. They have, holy Toledo, they have kits and kits and kits and kits and kits of aircraft. You name it, they've got at least one. Old, new, they even have some Matchbox, which are now Revell Germany. Still, fun, well worth your time to stop and check it out. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time here at the Can-Am Garage.